between the Bucks and the Knicks. Starting lineups for this afternoon. As the Knicks come in on the road, they've struggled on the road this season. Latrell, Sprewell, and Kurt Thomas at the forwards. Marcus Camby in the middle with Allen Houston and Mark Jackson at the guards. Jackson's played very well against the Bucks this year. Meanwhile, the Bucks still Glenn Robinson, not in the starting lineup, but after missing 14 games, he'll come off the bench. So Tim Thomas will start with Anthony Mason. Joel Prisbilla starting to play well in the middle. And Ray Allen and Sam Cassell at the guards for George Karl. Let's go over to Knicks looking to push, as mentioned. Sprewell kicking it out. Sprewell left wide open, knocks down the three.
See right here, nice little pitch and catch. Houston just, boy, tee that one up for me. He had no one out there for him. You gotta love that when you can shoot, no one's in your face. Although I loved Allen Houston's look-away pass. You just played 40, 45 minutes over the last week, and he's tired. But for a whole team, hey! Ouch, that hurt. If Sam Cassell wants to get Charlie Ward in the low box and kind of work him over. Sprewell finally hitting a shot, but back to the Bucks.
Fifth year in the league. Making that call. Sprewell left-handed, pretty move, shot won't go. Three-point defeat by Charlotte and Eamons Carter. And played the entire game, a 48-minute game.
I think if you're in the East, you just have to figure, get to the play.
Cassell has a tipped away Sprewell on the charge. And able to dump it in. Pretty play from Latrell Sprewell. The Knicks back up by 5.
Some momentum, too. You got to go into the break feeling good about yourself. Not wondering why we lose last 3 out of 4. Great defensive play by Sprewell. Here comes the angry dunk. Oh, dang.
And a clear path foul is going to be called against Thomas in bounds.
And he cheated us, too, out of the angry dunk. I always enjoyed the angry dunk by Sprewell. Just the face contorts and he gets up, and definitely cheated us. But that's a situation.
So from that aspect, maybe not a bad foul. Sprewell will take the one free throw, and now the Knicks will inbound. Dangerous pass nearly taken by Robinson. Shot clock down to 3. Sprewell hoists it up, and he knocks it in. Sprewell, quick shot. The outside shot wasn't working early for Sprewell, but knocks down that one, perhaps for a foul. Sprewell puts it in, rattles home a 3. Big bucket from Latrell Sprewell. And a nice outlet to Houston. Marcus Camby with 16 boards. Sprewell knocks down another one. Back-to-back threes for Sprewell. And just like that, it's a 7-point game. And George Karl quickly wants to stop the momentum as he makes a full timeout call. Sprewell with 20 points now has been struggling from the field, but he begins the fourth quarter with a couple of three-pointers. Just over a minute gone by, final period. Knicks a 7-point advantage.
In the third attempts and third percentage, that's amazing. They have yet to make one.
Sprewell again, his third three-pointer of the period. Well, we haven't even played 2 minutes. Right now, let's see if Don Chaney will take a 20-second timeout, and he'll take a full. So to avoid the turnover, Sprewell, who has 3 three-pointers in the fourth, calls time with a 5-point Knick lead.
You want to go out there and you want to play hard. If you play hard, you have a chance to win.
Another 3. Latrell Sprewell 4 for 4 from downtown. Ball timeout just in time. A 20-second timeout. Sprewell has scored 12 points in less than 3 minutes here in the fourth.
He's done it over guards. He did it over Irvin Johnson, the big guy. Darvin Ham trying to check him right there. Can't do it. He's just, I mean, right off the inbound, just catch and fire.
Now remember, he started the game. He was 1 for 9 in the beginning to start the game, and he is 8 for his next 11.
You say that like you think he remembers.
More importantly, it pulls the Bucks within 8. And every time you think the Knicks are going to extend it, as Sprewell knocks in another. Latrell Sprewell, his 5th three-pointer.
Dribble penetrated. Boom. He found Glenn Robinson open for a 3, and Sprewell. Good grief.
As the saying goes, Sprewell is in the zone. 32 points for adventure.
Well, not only forget about it. I mean, Glenn Robinson can't guard him out on the perimeter. And he just lulls him to sleep right there. Lulled him to sleep. As soon as Glenn Robinson put his arms down, that's when he fired. Glenn said, "You're not doing that to me again." He said, "You're right."
Sprewell finds the room and finds the answer again. Latrell Sprewell, 20 points in the period. It's out of timeouts. Final seconds. Ray Allen looking up. Gets a great look at it. And it's good! Ray Allen ties it with with 5/10 of a second remaining. What a finish here in Milwaukee. The Knicks have to inbound. The Bucks are celebrating. Knicks can get a shot off. Marcus Camby looking down the court. Lobs it down to Shandon Anderson. Anderson puts it up, and the shot would not have counted. He did not get it off in time, and we've got overtime here at the Bradley Center.
Clock out.
Sprewell, a three. Puts it in. Latrell Sprewell again.
Oh, my. I mean, that's just... You're right in his face. And just mugshot is what he's doing to you. Face up, and that allows him room to work.
Glenn Robinson has 34 points in his first game back since December 28th. Sprewell comes right back for the answer. Cassell looking to double team as soon as he puts it on the floor. Here comes Mason now. Sprewell tied up, 3 on the shot clock. Has to put it up, puts it in. Everything going down for Latrell Sprewell. Under a minute and a half remaining. Sprewell for 3, puts it in. Latrell Sprewell with 45.
There's just nothing you can do here. It really isn't. I mean, you're right in his face, and he's just telling you, thanks for coming. I mean, the guy is radar locked in right now. Hands in his face, nor hands in his face. He's just making all kinds of shots. Getting it in and then right back out to Ray Allen.
The inbound to Red. Red gets off a 3, and he puts it in. I don't believe it. 1.4 remaining, and we're tied again. Mark Jackson at the buzzer. Second overtime coming up.
When your own player gets in there before you even let the ball go.
We've seen some great plays, but some mental mistakes. Jackson for 3. Bang! Mark Jackson from downtown.
And you see right here, it's been all about the Knicks' 3-pointers in the second half, most notably Sprewell. But right there, Sprewell does a real nice job driving and knocking over Jackson's defender.
Allen Houston. They look for Sprewell. Sprewell with Darvin Ham. Shot clock down to 9. Sprewell wants to make the play. Sprewell makes the move, pulls back, fires, puts it in. Latrell Sprewell puts the Knicks back on top with 9.9 remaining. His 9th three-pointer of the game, and the Knicks lead by 2. 48 points for Latrell Sprewell.
He's just unreal. I'm not so sure if I'm Glenn Robinson, if I back off, and they had him double team. But that's just a jab step, and Darvin Ham has to respect that. So he respects that. He backs off. He didn't really back off. He thought he was driving. You see right there. Bolt, I mean, just a great jab. Jab, pull it back. And you saw earlier in the possession, Glenn Robinson, they had him double teamed, and he left him. I'm not so sure if I keep the double team and make him pass the ball.
Sprewell, meanwhile, Tom, now with 48 points. 34 of them have come in the fourth quarter and the overtimes. He also has 7 boards, 6 assists, and he's doing it in front of friends and family. He had to get 70 tickets for today's game. He's a Milwaukee native. He's had some of his best games here at the Bradley Center, and he's adding this one to the collection.
I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, not only to be able to hit the 3, but be able to stop, squeeze the sneakers, bring it back, pull up, and hit it. That's incredible.
That 9th three-pointer ties the game. John Starks once had 9 for the Knicks. The Knicks have hit 15 three-pointers as a team.
All right, Mike Latrell, it looked like you were determined not to let your team lose. First of all, for you, how do you explain that offensive explosion that started in the fourth quarter?
It started late in the game. You know, I hadn't really been shooting the ball that well, but late in the game I got going, hit like 3 or 4 threes in a row. And I'm a streaky shooter, so when I get going, I can just get on the roll.
You guys lost an 11-point lead late in the fourth quarter, battled through the first overtime, and then win it in the second. Is this a game the Knicks could have won a week ago?
Well, I mean, we were disappointed with the way we ended the game, no doubt about it. It was a horrible finish. We couldn't get the stops when we needed to, but the bottom line is Jack took over in that second overtime, gave me a little rest, and, guys stepped up and made plays when we had to.
You guys now have 3 wins in a row. What was it that helped you guys pull out of that 8-game losing streak? Was it anger, frustration, or embarrassment?
I think, we were really backed into a corner. No one really believed in us, and we just said, hey, we're going to try to stop this thing. And all it takes is one win, and the one we got against Toronto, I think, set off. And right now, we're just, trying to keep the win streak going.
3 wins in a row. How things changing? Congratulations.
Thank you.